Hey guys, Guillermo Twister G here, and today we're doing my top anime of 2016. Now I haven't been able to watch like all the anime. As a matter of fact, I just started the fall season, so it's basically winter and summer that I've watched, and I haven't seen all the anime out there, but I've seen a decent amount. This year at least. I don't know. In total, I've seen like over 300 anime, but for this year, I've seen a couple. So I'm gonna talk about the ones that I have seen, and I'll tell you why I like them. So let's get started. So first on our list is Erased. Now Erased really caught my eye because of the whole time traveling aspect. Actually, there's another anime that has a time traveling aspect, but Erased really caught my eye mostly because I like the butterfly effect, and this kind of reminded me a little bit of it, in that you go back in time and try to change something and alter the future basically. And in this case, he goes back in time because he's trying to save his mother that died in like the first episode or something like that. It's been a while since I see it, but if I remember correctly, it was the first episode. And he has to go back in time and stop that from happening, and stop another mystery that's happening in the town from happening. And that's why I kind of enjoyed it. It's just I like the mystery aspect of it. I like the time travel aspect, although it wasn't explained too much. But I didn't really feel like the creator of I don't know if it was a manga first, but I don't feel like he really that was a big emphasis. It was more about the mystery and the connections that he made. So I think it's like the time traveling was just there, but it wasn't explored at all, which I didn't really mind. I know some people really did want a reason why it was happening and how it happened, but I didn't really mind. I was just fine with what we had. The mystery at the end was it was a little bit obvious, but I still enjoyed it. The art style that they used and the cinematic kind of feel it had. I guess it was because it was widescreen instead of full screen. Really was pretty interesting, and I liked that. So I had a lot of fun with it. Erased. That's why I picked it as an anime that I liked in 2016. So another anime that I enjoyed was Konosuba. Now, Konosuba is basically, we've seen this plot before. Otaku gets sent into another universe, basically, in which he has to figure out what to do when he's there. We've seen this in Ray Zero, which is another anime on this list. We've seen this in a lot of gaming type things like Log Horizon or Sword Art Online type of thing. But here we see it more way more comedic, and I guess it was just the fact that every character was so overpowered but had such an obvious weakness that I enjoyed, and how they played off that and how they made it super funny was amazing. That's what I enjoyed, because it was just such a good time, especially one scene where he just replies with his name. I'll put a little clip up here. カズマカズマカズマです。却下。カズマカズマカズマだよ。That scene just kills me. It's hilarious. It actually kills me. Um, so I just had a good time with that. The art style was really nice, really colorful, nice, vibrant. I like that type of color style in anime, especially in this one, because obviously it is comedic. So I like all of the colors being that bright, that crazy. So I enjoyed Konosuba for that. Definitely a watch if you like the whole being sent to a different world and just having a great old time laughing all the time. So another anime I enjoyed was Ray Zero, and basically this basic plot is character dies and he's revived with all his memories intact, and he tries to get through a certain set of time. Once he passes the set of time, it basically does another save point, and if he dies, he goes back to this save point. So that's basically the concept of the anime, just trying to get through life by dying, going back, and fixing everything you did wrong. Now, I did have one problem with Ray Zero, and that was after episode 10 for a while. It was around episode 10 or 11 or 12, one of those episodes. It just starts getting really depressing, and it goes on for a long time, like 4 or 5 episodes. And I was kind of getting bored a little bit, because I'm fine if characters are down and depressed, but if it goes on for so long, it feels like it's dragging on for a long time. It kind of got me bored. But then, and then a certain episode happens, and it just lifts you back up, and then you're back in it again. And that's why I enjoyed it. The concept, like I said, I enjoy time traveling type things, and I enjoyed that part of it. The action was pretty fun, and even though the main character doesn't really have anything that makes him stand out as like super powerful, super strong, he can use his mind, and I enjoy that. But he doesn't overly use it, and he mostly just relies on other characters to fight for him. But that's fine. I don't really mind that. The action when it does happen, especially in the first arc, is pretty freaking awesome, and especially when they're just fighting these giant whales towards the end of the show. really epic, really cool. So I had a lot of fun with that. That's why I kind of recommend Ray Zero. Just time traveling, good action, and well, it drags on a little bit with the depressing parts. It still lifts it back up for a while, and definitely interesting concept. So Kizaniver was another show that I enjoyed. Now, while not the best show out there, if you didn't realize, these aren't really in order of what I think is best to worst. I kind of like all of these around the same. But Kizaniver were not the best one in this set. I had a lot of fun with it because, well, first of all, the colors and art style, amazing. I really enjoyed all those like colorful stuff happening all over the place, especially around episode, I think it was 4 or 5. I can't, without spoiling much, but just a bunch of colors all over the place. So the basic plot is that 6 characters are all linked up, and if one feels pain, they all feel pain, kind of thing. And later, it starts becoming emotional. If one gets sad, all of them get sad. And I find it kind of interesting because we don't really see that too much in an anime story about I don't know, feelings and stuff. Not feelings really. I guess it is a very emotional type anime, but it's so weird. Some stuff is just so weird, and some stuff just doesn't make any sense. But yeah, it's mostly just like a emotional type anime, which was fine. Well, most of the stuff I watched is pure action, pure combat, all that thing. But it was nice to just lay back and maybe see something a bit more with emotional type stuff. Some stuff isn't handled well, and some stuff just isn't explained enough. But what we had was pretty fun. Like I said, enjoyed the colors, I enjoyed the story, I enjoyed the plot. It was a little bit different than what we've seen, and I had a lot of fun with it. So for my top anime that I actually enjoyed this season was Ajin. Now this one has a really weird art style, basically CG, and it took me it took me a long time to get used to that. I was kind of uncomfortable with it. I'm used to just 2D animation, but I once you got into it, you really get into it. So Ajin is basically the story of these people that are immortal. Basically, they can't be killed, and they have like shadows type things. Like they can summon, nobody else can see them, but they can kill with those. And that's the basic plot. Society is basically against them, and they're trying to kill them and exterminate them. Well, actually, they take him and then they torture them to figure out how to kill him. And there is a certain way to kill him, but I won't spoil it. And it's pretty awesome. The character designs, the monster designs are so awesome. And I don't know, I even saw a statue of it that was pretty freaking expensive. But I'll never buy it. But it's so cool. Maybe I'll put up a picture. But I think the main part that I enjoyed about this show was the main bad guy. You know, he in the very end of the show, he just gets such an awesome scene with him against the basically Japanese army, self-defense force, I think is what they're called. And it's such a cool scene. It's amazing. That's why basically that scene entirely is why I put the show on here. That entire episode was amazing, and just an amazing bad guy. Main character, he's okay. I'm sometimes I like him, sometimes I completely hate him. But it's basically the bad guy that makes the show, and just certain other characters are pretty good, but it really is just the main bad guy that makes the show for me. So I enjoyed it a lot. There's 2 seasons. They're on Netflix, and I'm going to start watching the second season. I've only seen the first one, so I can't wait to get started on the second. So that's it for my top anime. Well, my favorite anime, not top anime, because I haven't seen enough to make a top 10 list. I've only seen a couple, but that was my favorite anime of this year. So I'm going to keep going on. I still need to get to fall season, winter season, all that stuff. But I'm sure there's a bunch of anime that I will be enjoying there. But thanks for watching this video, guys, and I'll see you guys on the next video.